Hi, welcome back, Forgotten Legends of Sound. Today we are doing the bees. We did this already before, but it got all messed up, so we're just going to do it again. Yeah, so you guys know the drill. We're just showing off the CDs and stuff, and we're doing the letter B. And anyways, what better place to start than bees, the Japanese band. This is the seven. That was a pretty good joke.
It was pretty good.
So this is the Seventh Blues. It's got a little case and stuff, and then it's got like a pink and a blue CD, so kind of cool, We got this from our friend Jake. He went to Japan and got us this CD as well as the next B CD. So kind of cool.
I'm mostly familiar with the greatest hits that Jake got. I'm not familiar with the Seventh Blues.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And then we also got Bees, The Best Pleasure. So it's a pretty good CD. I've only been through it a couple times, and it's been a long time since I listened to this. So, yeah, I think pretty good stuff, though.
And I did check. Yeah, Shane Gallus is the drummer for our Tension and also for Bees. So, yeah. Any of those who really care about our tension and like
all that stuff. Yeah. So next up, we got Bathory with Under the Sign of the Black Mark. This is I don't know this album as much as like the next two I've gone through a little bit more. But yeah, I'm like, it's no secret. I said this so many times. I got more into black metal in the last couple of years and stuff. So I still have plenty to absorb. And then we also got Bathory with Bloodfire Death. And all of these are, from what I could tell when I bought them, I think they're early presses. So I think that's kind of cool. Look a little bit cooler.
Right.
And then we got Bathory with Hammerheart. So good old Viking Metal. And a lot of people are like, oh, is Bathory the first, Viking Metal band? And other people are like, oh, Manowar is the first Viking Metal band. And it's whatever. I don't really care. I don't really care. So, yeah, and then we got Twilight of the Gods. This is another Bathory album. And then we got Bathory with Nordland 1, and then also Bathory with Nordland 2. And this Black Mark Records, I think this is the same record that like a lot of those Nightingale releases were on, or like Edge of Sanity and stuff. I wonder if it's a label that Dan Swano maybe put together, or even this guy maybe put together. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Kind of interesting. That's something for you guys to figure out for us. Yeah. And then we got Battle Beast with Steel. This is when they had the different singer. Got to enter that metal world. And then we got Battle Beast self-titled album. Pretty good stuff. Really good power metal, heavy metal kind of band. And then we also got Battle Beast with Unholy Savior. That one's probably my favorite from them. Granted, I still need to listen to some of their other albums more. But I like that one. I think it's cool.
Like I heard of these guys somewhere around 2014, 2015, but I didn't actually like get into them till I saw them live.
Till I got you into them.
Yeah. So I saw them live in 2018, and that's when I like started buying their albums. So yeah, they're pretty good. I'm not really familiar with their newer stuff, but
yeah, true. And then I got this one really cheap. This is Bringer of Pain. Never heard it, but one day I'll get to that one. And then we got kind of a rarer CD. This is Bellacore with The Frail Tide. Kind of cool. They're like a kind of melodic death metal kind of band or whatever. So I don't know if some people might be like, ooh, that looks so cool. And other people are just like, whatever. Then we got Bellacore with Stone's Reach. And I think their first couple albums are all like a little bit harder to find. At least I think so.
Right.
So, and then we got Bellacore with Of Breath and Bone as well. That one, Stone's Reach, is the one I've heard the most. I remember listening to Vessels when it came out, and I enjoyed this one. I need to go back to some of those albums. It's been a while. And then we got Beast in Black. Would you say it's probably better or not better?
It's probably better than Battle Beast, just maybe.
Yeah, I think
No, I need to listen to Battle Beast more, but.
Yeah, and then another copy of Berserker. One of them is the Argentinian copy. One of them's like the U.S. release. Then we got Beast in Black with Hell with Love. And then we also got Beast in Black with Dark Connection. This is probably my favorite album from them. And we Kevin got into them first. Like he's the one that got us into them.
No, they weren't on the cruise. I got into these guys around 2019 or so when From Hell with Love was like new.
Yeah.
we all three of us actually saw Beast in Black about a year ago.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see them. I guess the connection with Battle Beast and Beast in Black is, I don't know if he was kicked out or if he left the band. Antonin, I can't remember his last name. Yeah, something like that. But he was either kicked out or he left Battle Beast, and then he created this Beast in Black band. And I started off listening to Battle Beast first, and I liked the sound. But I guess like this guy makes most of the music. And so with him going to Beast in Black, it's like you follow the composer. You follow the guy making a lot of the music.
Yeah.
And so I could be a little bit wrong on how that all went down, but that's why there's that connection with Beast in Black and Battle Beast. And I don't know if there's animosity between the two bands or not. Some people like to try and be like,
Negative Metal,
they hate each other.
And
I just don't know the story, but anyways, great band though, great newer band. So
and then we got Live Before Eden.
Yep, Legacy of Guy. So this is one of Kevin's bands. This is a prog metal band from Brazil. This is actually the album and the EP put together. So it's like I didn't see the point in trying to get them separate or anything. But some good prog metal stuff.
And then we got Beyond the Embrace with Against the Elements. And this is a good album. If you like stuff like Shadows Fall, then you'll probably dig those guys. Pretty melodic. And then we also got their second album, Insect Song. So kind of dope. And then we got Biomechanical with 8 Moons. And I haven't heard that album, so I can't really...
I need to check this out. So.
Yeah.
We have... Yeah, oh yeah. I've gone through both these albums. We don't have their third album, Cannibalize. You might want to get on that. Yeah, no, it's okay. The third album was okay. There's songs that I like, but I like we could go to the next one, Empires of the World. I like Empires of the World most, and then probably 8 Moons. But 8 Moons it's not as like adventurous as this one is. So but still pretty good.
And then we got some Black Comedy with Instigator, and this is kind of a cool case. It's like a little plastic, I think it's plastic metal tin, kind of, I don't know, some kind of case thing, but kind of cool. And then we've got insert Black Sabbath joke. So like in our first video that we're redoing, we went on and on about how Black Sabbath was super overrated. Even though we like Black Sabbath, but the fact that no one could say anything bad about Black Sabbath, and not like you have to like fall in lockstep. I do like Black Sabbath. They have some good stuff, and these are all like the silver looking CDs, so they look pretty cool, so anyways, so here's like some more Black Sabbath. Here's Paranoid, the second album, and then we got the first doom metal album, Master of Reality. So anyways, kind of interesting. And then we got Black Sabbath with Volume 4. I haven't really heard this one as much, so can't really speak to that one as much. And then we also got Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath from Black Sabbath, so pretty dope, pretty cool. And we got Black Sabbath with Sabotage, and all of these have the same kind of silver case or silver disc and stuff. So I think those just look really cool.
Sabotage.
Yeah, and then we also got Black Sabbath with Heaven and Hell. This is the first album with Ronnie James Dio on vocals, and then we also got Black Sabbath with Mob Rules with Dio.
Man, Ian, you're going through these Black Sabbaths pretty quick.
I'm going through them pretty quick. Not a lot of stories to tell. And then this is the greatest hits. I think Kevin might have picked that up at Sound Exchange when we were in high school.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, because we wanted to at least have some of their stuff, and it wasn't until like years later that I picked up the actual albums and stuff. And also got Black Sabbath with the Dio years. And some of those greatest hits, like, I didn't think that I ever would pick up albums from them. So then later on, I was like, okay, I guess so next up is the Blind Guardian collection. And this is kind of cool. Like, so me and Kevin, we bought, like, during, like, high school. I think it was in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and that's when Century Media started reissuing a lot of the older Blind Guardian CDs. Yeah. So we picked those up. And then when I was on my own, I wanted to have like the original OG looking ones. So I picked up the Japanese version one. So kind of wanted to just show the camera that here's like the reissue. And then this is the Japanese one. And it just like, man, like the original one, there's something about it. It just looks so cool. Like that black with the letters and stuff. Like that just doesn't look as cool to me. I don't know. So here's Battalions of Fear. You guys have any thoughts or anything to say about?
I like. Let me ask the audience something real quick, and it's something that's been on my mind, I guess, for the past like week and a half or whatever. But it's weird to me because there was a time when Blind Guardian was not like heralded. You know, no one talked about Blind Guardian, no one cared. And then like in the past probably 10 years, all of a sudden you go online and like everyone is like. I wonder, like, has Blind Guardian reached that status where it's like you can't like talk trash about Blind Guardian anymore? And I'm curious, like, do the people that like Blind Guardian, do they actually like listen to Blind Guardian, or is it just kind of culturally acceptable to be like, oh, I like Blind Guardian,
yeah.
you know? And
like they're one of the few power metal bands you could say you like.
Right.
That's okay.
Every metal people would be like, good choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
if some guy was like, oh yeah, you know, I like Dragon Force, I like Freedom Call, and oh, I like Blind Guardian, and then like, you know, people would be like, oh, Dragon Force, Freedom, oh, Blind Guardian, you know, and it's like, I don't know. The other weird thing with Blind Guardian is when we got into Blind Guardian, we were mostly familiar with like their thrash stuff. Like there was a time back in the day where I didn't view them as a power metal band. I was like, yeah, my top 4 thrash bands are like Metallica, Megadeth, Testament, and Blind Guardian. Like that was my top 4 thrash bands, because like some of these early albums, like when you listen to like Time What Is Time and everything, like I was just like, oh yeah, you know. But it's weird because I don't think people think of Blind Guardian as a thrash band, but
to us, because we grew up with Metallica, hearing that acoustic intro in Time What Is Time to that heavier once they start rocking out, to us it sounded like, oh, this is kind of like the intro of a Metallica album and whatnot, you know. And at the same time too, in the 2000s, when like at least the first 4 of their albums have a lot of thrash in them, you know, it's kind of like, okay, we had like those first like maybe 6 albums, so it felt like they were more of a thrash band than a power metal band, you know. So it's kind of
they just had like Imaginations from the Other Side, Nightfall on Middle Earth, and then Night at the Opera stuff was kind of new, you know. But it's like they didn't have this whole long line of power metal, theatrical, epic stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just different. It was a different time.
And it was a time that like things weren't as categorized as they are now. Like it was more Wild West. Like we didn't have like the encyclopedias online of metal that you could find and be like, oh yeah, so this is actually this genre and whatever.
Yeah. So social media, like Facebook didn't exist. Yeah. You know, MySpace was like brand new. Yeah. So
everybody was listening to metalcore and crabcore. So.
It just didn't exist the way that people think of it now, you know?
So here's their second album, Follow the Blind, and this top one is the Japanese version, and then this is the remastered one. Just wanted to show those because, dude, this red one just looks beautiful, man. Like that just looks beautiful. I don't know, it's just kind of cool. Like, you know, when I'm supposed to go to bed, I'll turn on a flashlight and I'll look at the Follow the Blind cover, you know, So, and then here's Tales from the Twilight World. This is the Japanese version of it. Dude, Blind Guardian really doesn't have a bad album. Like, all their stuff is cool, you know?
It's interesting. It's interesting to me because, like I really like Battalions of Fear. Like, it's probably in my top 5 out of their albums, but it's not really for you. But I can't really, like, disagree with some of your other highs. Like, you know, like they're all
so good. And this is one of the first albums we listened to. Here you go. Here's Somewhere Far Beyond. And this is the actual one that we purchased back in the day, you know. So, yeah, really, really great freaking album. And then we also got Imaginations from the Other Side, and it's got the Japanese OBI. Kind of cool, you know, artwork and stuff. Like, just, I don't know, kind of cool. And then here's the one that we bought when we were in high school forever ago. So... Blind Guardian is just freaking awesome. And then we also got Blind Guardian with Nightfall on Middle Earth, and this is the Japanese version of it. That one does
look pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like kind of cool. You know, I think it's only slightly different, but it's got like the fat case. It's a little more shinier. You know, kind of dope.
That's a sturdy boy right there.
Yeah. Then we got
that was more blue.
Nightfall again. And in high school, what was interesting is one of our friends had a sister, and we gave her a list of CDs that we wanted for our birthday. And I was so surprised she gave us Nightfall Middle Earth for our birthday or whatever. I think it was like our 16th birthday or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it was just so like, I couldn't believe that she would like, you know, because this music at that time was hard to find, you know? Right. And then all of a sudden she just like gave us that for our birthday or whatever. Yeah, so it was just forever respect to Lexia, man. That was awesome. And then we got Blind Guardian, and then there was Silence, just a single. And then we also got Blind Guardian with Night at the Opera. A really good album. And then we got this little live CD. This is just Blind Guardian live. Haven't really listened that much, to be honest. And then we got Blind Guardian, A Twist in the Myth. I feel like this album is criminally underrated for out of their stuff. Like I think that's just an awesome album. And then we got Blind Guardian with Another Stranger Me EP. So kind of cool. It's got the Japanese bonus track on there. All the King's, was it All the King's Men? All the King's Horses? Yeah. One of those songs.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the King's.
And then we got At the Edge of Time from Blind Guardian. And then we got also 2 copies of Beyond the Red Mirror. This is the version that has the 2 bonus tracks. It's got Doom and Distant Memories. And then this is the cooler case, a little hard case or whatever. That's like, I don't know, digibook case. So that's a fantastic album as well. And then we got their little side thing, Legacy of the Darklands. This is where it's not metal. It's just kind of them Hansi singing with a bunch of orchestral stuff and like the people from like Nightfall Middle Earth talking over, whatever.
The field is lost.
It's lost.
Everything is lost.
Yeah.
And you know them too.
Yeah. Blind Guardian, The God Machine, great new album. Yeah, really good stuff. Then we got Blind Stare with Symphony of Delusions. This is a Kevin band, melodic death metal stuff.
Yeah, I think this is the only album they have, but yeah, kind of a second, third string little melodic death metal band or whatever. Yeah.
And then we got some Blue Oyster Cult. This is America's response to Black Sabbath. And that's the thing. A lot of these early, like Black Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult, if you showed that to somebody that's like younger or something, they would be like, that's not metal. Metal's like heavy stuff, But at the time, this stuff was more heavier, than people were used to and stuff. So that's the reason why we're including it, Then we also got Blue Oyster Cult with Tyranny and Mutation. And then we got Blue Oyster Cult with Secret Treaties. This one might be their best. I like that one a lot. That's a really good album. And Astronomy, man, that's got to be one of the greatest, most underrated classic rock songs ever.
Is that like the closer on the album?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool that they did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got Blue Oyster Cult. This is Agents of Fortune. And all of them have that silver, looking cover or whatever. Like, I don't know. I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it's cool. Yeah. Then we got Spectres. And then we got Blue Oyster Cult with Mirrors.
Well, it's funny because like those of you out there who do collect CDs and stuff, you'll understand
where
there's
Ian's
a little
coming from.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like I don't think neuroticism is right, but having the right version and the right it's got like blemish or this thing is if you're a collector,
I'm pretty neurotic.
If you're a collector, you would kind of understand like wanting the right version.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'll get as long as it could play, I'm happy with it. Like I don't like care if it's not mint or if it's sealed or whatever. Then we got Cultosaurus erectus. No pun intended. Then we got, this album is really good too. This is Blue Oyster Cult with Fire of Unknown Origin. Really good album. Then we got Blue Oyster Cult with Don't Fear the Reaper. This was the greatest hits that me and Kevin started on, probably in middle school or high school or something.
Yeah, kind of like we grew up with it kind of thing. Yeah.
And then we got some black metal. Oh snap. No. And we got Blue Os Nord with Ultima Thule. This is... I got like a ton of Blue Os Nord CDs from like the company or whatever, the record company. It's called Debemore Morte Records or whatever. So they had like a deal, so I just picked up like a ton of them from them. So kind of cool.
Like Worship Satan in Latin or something?
I don't know. Morte, does that sound like death or something?
Yeah, Morte.
Yeah. So worship death or die or something. So this is the Memoria Vetusta #1. This is Fathers of the Icy Age. Actually, that has some cool artwork, but I've never listened to it. And then we got Blue Os Nord with The Mystical Beast of Rebellion. So, and then we got, the next couple are from Candlelight Records. These ones are a little bit harder to find, but not impossible. So this is The Work Which Transforms God. And then we also got Blue Os Nord with Mort. Haven't heard this one. I know it's like out there and whatnot, but I just haven't listened to it. And then we got Odinist. This is The Destruction of Reason by Illumination by Blue Os Nord. And then we got Memoria Vetusta Part 2. This is Dialogue with the Stars. And this is, their 8th album or something? Like 6th album? Jeez.
I'm just setting them over here.
Over there, yeah. This album was a little bit harder to get into. It was kind of, it's more sludgy and, kind of just not spacey's not the right word, but it's kind of just grimy, but it's definitely not sludge metal. It's more ethereal sludge, if that makes sense. So this is 777, the 777 trilogy. What's this one called again? Sex. Yeah, this one is Sex. And then this one is the Desanctification. This is the second one in the 777 trilogy. And then we got the last one is Cosmosophy. Jeez, that's hard to say. And this is the last one in the 777 trilogy. And then we got Memory of the Tusta Part 3. This one, what is this one called again? This is Saturnian Poetry. That's right. And that's the thing about Blue House Nord is like half their albums are more nightmarish, challenging stuff, and then half of them are more like atmospheric, more pretty sounding, I guess, black metal. Here's a nightmarish one. This is Deus Salutis Mea. That album made me jump like 2 times because the way the songs start, you know, like,
oh crap.
Yeah, it's like this ambient bit, and then all of a sudden it switches to the next part, and there's like shrieking and stuff, and like super loud, and I was just like, holy death. And I was like, you sons of these. Yeah, they got me. Yeah, and this is their second, or not the second album. This is the first album that I ever got into. Kind of cool, the little pictures and stuff. This one, I first heard it and I was kind of like, this is actually pretty cool. It's got like ethereal like vocals and everything. Yeah, man, dude, for some reason I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it's hallucinogen. That's it. Hallucinogen. And then we also got the Undreamable Abysses. What is this one called? Disharmonium, Undreamable Abysses. Yeah, and I've heard this one a little bit too. That one's pretty good. That's like their newest one. Oh yeah, that one, the artwork, if you want to look at the artwork and stuff, it looks pretty cool, you know. So,
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. And then we got Bodom.
You know, it's all good. It almost like reminds me of some kind of old school like RPG or something. Like,
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, like on SNES or something.
Yeah, something like. Yeah, I don't know.
And then this is the Bodom After Midnight.
Or Sepultura. Sorry.
Then was it Paint the Sky with Blood EP? This is like the last thing that Lexi Leho worked on before he died.
Right.
And then we got Bolt Thrower. This is, was it Realms of Chaos? Or no, this is War Master. Realms of Chaos, I think, is the first album. And Bolt Thrower is a band that I'm still fairly new to. I've only really jumped into their last album, Those Once Loyal. So some of these albums, I do need to listen to them more. And I think that they are early presses, from what I could tell or whatever, from online or whatever. So this is Bolt Thrower, the Fourth Crusade. And then we also got Bolt Thrower with For Victory. So kind of cool. And then we got Bolt Thrower with Mercenary. And all their lyrics are about war and stuff. So Bolt Thrower, if you couldn't tell from the pictures, you know,
Yeah.
This is Honor, Valor, Pride. And then this is Bolt Thrower, Those Once Loyal. So
That's
one
what
of-
I'm most familiar with also.
yeah.
I definitely need to check out more though.
Yeah, me too. I need to branch out to them. Alrighty, I think we're on my last stack here. So we've got, and like we said, we're going to include stuff even like glam metal and whatever, you know. So all you Puritans out there, then
Calm down.
you know, calm down. We got Blaze of Glory single from Bon Jovi. Some guy gave that to me for free, so I was like, okay. Then we got, yeah, Bon Jovi with Crossroad. This is the one that me and Kevin grew up on listening to when we were kids. Great album. And this was the greatest hits because I wanted to get some of their later songs too, and not just the stuff from like the 80s, early 90s.
Right.
So this is the Ultimate Collection. It's a 2-discer. Really good. The last video we made fun of Bon Jovi a lot.
Yeah.
So, like, this video, we're like, I'm sorry, but we don't have as many jokes for you guys.
Yeah, we used a
what
lot
do you
of them
do?
last time.
We used
we
them
like we like to do things on the fly, you know, and so yeah, we just don't like scripting things. And,
Yeah, and this is Borknagar's first album. This is
Sorry,
with Garm on vocals.
messed it up.
And this one just that looks cool. A little old school looking black metal stuff. That's a pretty good album. And then we also got Borknagar with The Old and Domain. So another Garm one. And then this is where ICS Vortex took over the lead vocals. This is the Archaic Chorus from little Bork. Then we got Borknagar with Quintessence, another ICS one. And that's the thing is like, in the later albums, they've got like 3 singers. They've got the Wintersorg singer guy, they've got the ICS Vortex singer guy, and they got the keyboard guy, all of them switching off in vocals. So it's kind of interesting how Borknagar has changed over the years from like more earthy sounding black metal to like this cosmic, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Here's Empiricism. This one's pretty good. I like it. And then we also got Borknagar with Origin. I think this is Epic. Next one's Origin. they're just like, man, he doesn't even know what the CDs are. What a poser. Here's Borknagar with Origin.
Dude, do you even listen to metal?
Do you even listen to metal? Yeah, I get it because it really impresses girls.
Isn't that the reason we all got into metal?
That's the reason why we all got into metal.
Just swimming in the ladies.
Then we got Borknagar with Universal. And this is the first Borknagar out. Like, I had heard them a little bit in high school, but I didn't really like jump on board with them. And this is the first album that made me like, okay, I kind of want to get their albums or whatever. When I first heard that, this was like in college, like a decade ago. That Apocalypse song, I was playing that constantly. So really good album. Then we also got Borknagar with Winter Thrice, and their last album, Borknagar with True North. Not to be confused with Aha, True North. You know. And then we got
Bad Religion, True North.
Oh, Bad Religion, True North. That's true. And then we got Brainstorm with Hungry. The Brainstorm was a band that me and Kevin, we had like a few songs from like their first 5 albums. So we listened to those in high school, but we didn't really like get into their albums until a little bit later.
Right.
And so honestly, a lot of these albums I haven't even really gone through myself. Kevin was showing me one of their albums like 6 months ago, and I was like, holy crap, this album is really good. Here's Brainstorm with Unholy. And it was just kind of funny because it was just so like, I've been putting these guys off for years, and I don't know why. And there's ambiguity.
And this band does kind of like a little thrashy power metal, like is a little bit of, you know, both at times or whatever.
Me and Kevin complained that people think that power metal is not heavy or not like brutal, but the problem is they just haven't heard like the power metal that is brutal and heavy. So I don't get that. And then we got Brainstorm with Metis Mortis. And this is the album that Kevin played for me when we were both chilling out. This is Soul Temptation. Really good album. And then we got Brainstorm with Liquid Monster. I saw this for $2 in Sweden. So I was like, dude, I'm picking that up. Like, that's a good deal. And then this is a new band for me. Shout out to Werner. You know, Werner like told me that their new album was like his favorite album of 2022. So then I checked it out and I kept listening to it, and then I had to get it. And then I was just like, man, Brimir is freaking awesome. So this is Wings of Fire. This is their 3rd album. And then we got Brimir. This is Voices in the Sky. This is such a fantastic album. Yeah, really. This awesome blend of melodic death metal. It's got symphonic metal. It's a little bit of black metal. Like, it's just this really cool band. And then we got Budgie. Ooh, Budgie with their first album. This is the band that everybody knows because Metallica covered one of their songs on the Garage Inc. Compilation album. And then we got Budgie with Squawk. And actually, this band was recommended to me also by another radio music friend named Xavier. So shout out to Xavier. And then we got Budgie with Never Turn Your Back on a Friend. That one's got that Bread Fan song that everyone knows. And we're almost done with these CDs. We're going to do Chad's CDs next. So this is Burzum, their first album. And one gripe I do have on this, like, so they have the EP Ask. It's like Ashes or whatever. They have like the song that's on the first album also, but it's like a different version of that song. And instead of having the EP tagged onto the album, they just put the EP version of that song instead of putting the album version on it. And it's kind of like, dude, guys, just put the song twice so that we can hear what it sounded like in the context of the album, and then also hear what it sounded like in the context of the EP.
Yeah.
What a pain.
It's frustrating.
And then we got Burzum with Det Som Engang Var. This is their 2nd album. So good old Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say like
Oh yeah.
Last time when we did the bees, we mentioned the art. I guess what from like 1970s like picture or 80s
Dungeons and Dragon magazine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And I think these are early pressings. I don't think they're super rare. They're just kind of, but they look cool. You know, they look pretty cool if, you know, you guys care. But this is the Hivis, what is this one? Hivis Lissat Taras. So, yeah, kind of one of the ones that people is like more acclaimed or whatever. And this is probably the most well-known one. This is the one I've listened to the most, at least. This is Philosophem. So, kind of cool. You know, Burzum, they got really long songs.
Iconic, just that.
Yeah.
Cover. I feel like,
yeah, it's been ingrained in our metal minds.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that's all I got for the bees. Let me hand these over to Chad so that he could do his CDs now for the bees.
Okay.
We're not forgetting things this time.
Yeah.
I mean, we may fudge up other things, but we ain't, not that.
And then this is one I got from you, Bathory. Yeah. Bloodfire Death. I remember going through it, and there was some stuff I was digging, but I haven't jumped into it again. Pretty good. Battle Beast. I need to check this out more. I have a freaking CD, but another one I think I got from you guys. And then I remember, man, it was a while ago. We went to visit Kevin and his wife in Florida. And I remember he showed me this album, and then you must have got it for me some other time. But...
Yeah, I was trying to remember also. I can't remember how, but...
Because I remember we sat down, we went through all the lyrics, we went through the album. I was like, oh, dude, this is sick.
Yeah, I think either, like, maybe I got it for you as, like, a gift or something, but I'm not sure. Yeah. I can't really remember. Sometimes, like Ian and I, like, we'd be in CD stores with you and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
dude, you
we'd
gotta
be
get
like,
this.
dude, Chad,
like,
you can't
all
walk
right.
out of here without this.
Dude, it's like, especially that CD store in Reno when things were like $3, $2, $5. Like, man, I miss that crap.
Yeah. Also, when you lost your tooth, we put it under your pillow at night. And then stole your tooth.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was like, wait, what?
Dude, if the Tooth Fairy gave me metal CDs, that would be better than a quarter.
Yeah,
just saying,
I would have metal CDs.
I'd be like, hell yeah, let's knock another one out.
I know, right? Metal Tooth Fairy.
They're like, dude, Ian, why are you losing all your teeth?
Bird Flesh, some good old fashioned grindcore. Give it a shot.
Bird Flesh.
Black Sabbath, Master Reality. That's another one I got from you guys.
Hey, Chad, are you into Black Sabbath?
Nah.
Yeah, dude.
That's not sarcastic at all.
All right, I do like Black Sabbath. All right, Blind Guardian.
And then hey, Chad, are you really into Black Sabbath?
I know, right? Jeez.
I'm just playing.
What is this? Like, am I freaking being questioned?
Right. But it's true. Like, sometimes there's certain bands and stuff where people will like question your cred and like. I'm not a big Black Sabbath fan. I don't care for them all that much.
I bet you know 3 songs though.
Let's see, Time of Your Life. And, let's see, Having a Blast and Dookie.
Yep, there you go. Nailed it.
Oh wait, Nimrod. Oh, that was the one. Oh, my bad. Okay, stupid mistake.
Jeez. All right, another Blind Guardian, a Twisted Myth. This is one I'm not familiar with, but it's cool I have it. Another Blind Guardian.
You're probably more knowledgeable of their thrashy stuff.
Yeah, the newer stuff. Well, not newer, but
stuff in the last 15, 20 years.
Newer to me. Like,
but you're more familiar with their 90s and 80s stuff.
Yeah. But I will say, Chad, like the first Blind Guardian album you got, Ian and I, we got you Battalions of Fear.
And I thought it was thrash, like it was just with my thrash stuff, dude.
And it was cool because like you were like digging it, and like me and Ian were like, oh, that's so cool that you were getting into.
And then like years later, I was like, wait, do I like power metal?
The world just turned upside down.
It did. We got a Bloodbath EP. Oh yeah. Breeding Death.
Me and Kevin can't even name Bloodbath songs, so we don't know Bloodbath.
Yeah, name one song.
Eaton.
Yeah, no, because Eaton's sick, dude. That song's awesome. All right, Bloodbath, Resurrection Through Carnage.
It is kind of cool that these guys are kind of like a super group.
Yeah,
that is kind of cool.
Especially, dude, just all the singers, dude, the Hypocrisy, dude. Old Nick from
Paradise Lost.
Mikel Ackerfeld
from Opeth. Dude, just
didn't you say the Catatonia?
The Catatonia guitarist is in it.
Yeah.
I know there's probably others, but
yeah.
Then Bloodbath, Nightmares Made Flesh. This is probably one of my favorites from them, definitely. Yeah. And then we have Bloodbath, The Fathomless Mastery, and I just have a slipcase for this.
They do have some cool album names. I'll give them that.
Yeah,
the albums definitely sound cool.
Bloodbath, Grand Morbid Funeral, nice little, for the kids. But dude, this album is freaking awesome. It has the Old Nick on it from the Paradise Lost. And then we got...
Unless he's not Paradise Lost.
We're just going to say he is, all right? It's Old Nick.
I'm like 80-90% sure.
Yeah, so we're
if I'm wrong, then it just goes to show how big I am into Paradise Lost.
We're looking.
Just check this out real quick.
Old Nick from Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
It says Old Dick. No, it says Old Dick.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Now, does it have parentheses from Paradise Lost, so you guys are right?
Oh, yeah, there's a parentheses.
Parentheses,
I just
you heard it here.
But it does have Blackheim, that's like the Catatonia, Diabolical Masquerade, you know, Sodomizer, and Lord Seth, and Axe. Axe from the band
Sodomizer is.
Yeah, I mean, dude, come on, it's
Well,
you got George Corpse Grinder Fisher, like
true.
It's just it's a death metal thing. What are you gonna do?
Hellhammer.
Yeah, like
Yo.
And then I do like Bon Jovi. Though. Obviously, there's some
Jovi,
songs I
yeah.
like, so you guys must have hooked me up with that. And then last time, I forgot I even had Buzz Oven. Like, I do like sludge metal. This is probably like sludgy doomy. I don't know a ton of bands like in that kind of genre, but Buzz Oven I was digging, especially when you're depressed. That's kind of nice.
Hits harder.
Yeah,
Gives you that buzz.
You're just like, yeah,
Buzz
fuck
Oven.
everything. No. Anyways,
You know, sometimes I'm like, screw everything.
yeah, screw everything. Sorry, guys.
No, that's totally
but-
fine. I was just messing.
But like growing a collection, like right now, I'll still buy CDs, but I'll just kind of give them to Ian, you know. But there is something about like searching and growing the collection that's kind of
fun.
enjoyable.
And which it just, man, I miss having a
Yeah.
record store. That's the only thing that sucks.
Yeah,
I really wish there was a record store there.
Yeah.
It was cool walking in and having the mystery of not knowing like what's going to
Yeah,
be in
and
there.
then like finding
Yeah.
something, you're like, oh, I can't believe I found this. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's also cool when the people that are checking you out, they're like, "Oh, you don't have this album yet?"
Yeah.
You're like, I know it.
The one time, I remember I was picking up the Beatles albums on CD, and then I handed them to this chick, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, it's cool that you guys have the original ones, you know." And she's like, "Yeah, that's why I listened to it on vinyl." And I was just like, I was like, I don't know how do I respond to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm gonna have an almost as enjoyable time with these as
Right.
you do with your vinyl, you know.
Right.
Like I'm
Just, you're not a vinyl enthusiast. Like,
yeah, I'm just not a vinyl, and I think the CDs sound great, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't care that it has the
Yeah, when did it become a thing? Like, when did that even become a thing?
like the 50s, 40s, 30s.
No. I meant the
The
revival.
revival, yeah. I don't know.
Definitely
You're screwing with me. You had to have been screwing with me.
Definitely in the last like 15, 20 years. Yeah, dude, he's screwed with you.
Because he knew what you meant.
Yeah, he knew exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
I think probably in like last 15 years or so. Like I
Yeah,
noticed
it
it in
seems
the
like a
mid
newer-
2000s,
yeah.
mid to late 2000s.
Was it a hipster thing?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I believe it was started by bearded men.
Yeah, with, handlebar mustaches and like,
Yeah, plaid shirts.
Yeah, plaid shirts and
like-
tattoos of the Golden Girls on their chest. And,
You were only
who
allowed to buy
knows, dude.
vinyl if you lived in Seattle.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, there it is.
No, I'm just playing.
But no, I've loved getting CDs when I was younger, but man, like my collection has come and gone so many times, but this time it ain't going fudging anywhere.
nowhere.
guys. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm starting over again, and I got a pretty good going.
Yeah.
Probably never catch up to you, but yeah,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's still pretty cool though.
yeah, it's just fun
Yeah.
having the CDs. So
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So that's the bees. I'll let you, Ian, close it
bees.
out then.
That's the bees. I'm closing it out right here.
all right.
Bye.